Do you like listening to podcasts? Of course you do. You're listening to a podcast right now. What about getting paid to listen to podcasts? Well, now you can. Sign up at podcoin.com and get paid to listen to your favorite podcasts. It's free. Get paid to listen, save up your Podcoins, cash them in for prizes like Amazon or Starbucks gift cards, or you can donate to charity like we do. Use our offer code SUPERPOD to get 300 Podcoins on us. It's available in the App Store and on Android. It's the only way that we listen to podcasts now, and it could change the way that you listen to podcasts. Now on with the show.
This podcast is part of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. Go to bigheadsmedia.com for more great podcasts.
Boat rides to Manhattan.
Bad nipples.
The authentic Robo-Jocks.
All that and more.
Let's flop this motherfucker, dude.
I'm feeling less flaccid now.
Less flaccid. It's a stiff journey. Stiff.
Packed with entertainment.
Just packed to the brim with so much entertainment. So much entertainment that it's not even good. I don't know. It's not good. It's not. Welcome to episode 85 of the Super Media Bros podcast.
Just losing my train of thought.
Exactly. I'm Midnight Agent Raw.
And I'm Okami.
The Flop 10 list is back, guys.
As you didn't hear from me flopping my dick on the table.
That's it. The Flop Dick list. The
Flop Dick Countdown.
The Flop Dick Countdown.
Flop and flop.
Flip, flip, flip.
You.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm wiping my face off now.
Yeah. So the topic for this one, we did a 10 things I rate about you. That was the first incarnation on this podcast with songs, which that was something to behold.
And it's Friday.
Yeah, it's Friday. Yay! It's Friday, and you're here. You're here with us.
PTSD. Pickup line.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about movie sequels. The worst, what we consider to be the worst movie sequels. And we know some of you out there might like some of these movies, and if you do,
you're wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Granted, there's a lot of films out there that are sequels to very great films in general, but let's be honest, they're no.
Nope.
We've only divulged 20 of them so far out of that entire list, and now we're going to provide to you the typical way that we provide entertainment to you.
Mm-hmm.
By describing how much these films suck, or not suck as much,
Yeah.
and then say, who advances to take on the next one?
And that's what we do. 20. Elimination-style tournament. And we eliminate one from each bracket, and then we advance the other 10, and then rank them 10 to 1, with one being the one that sucks the most. So before we do this, I would like to just take a quick break and just collect my thoughts, and I'm sure you need to collect your thoughts too.
Damn, it's only 3.5 minutes into the podcast.
Yeah, I know. I want to take a break because once we dive into this, it's going to be like fucking just balls in all the way.
I mean, I'm already flopped out. I hadn't rolled myself back up.
Yeah, I know. But
I mean, yeah, it's literally my dick is on the table still.
just leave it there. It'll be
Yeah.
there when we get back, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
On Is It Philosophy, we are not going to explore the philosophers of long forgotten. We'll not ponder Plato or Socrates. There's so many podcasts out there for that, if that's what you're seeking. This is something different. A place where all ideas are welcome. An open forum to talk about anything and everything. We take an idea and work to find an answer. It may not always be the most insightful, so come and listen with an open mind. Who knows, you may like what we have to say. So come and enjoy and ask yourself, is it philosophy?
Ours isn't.
No. But if you want that, go check Is It Philosophy out. Do it.
Great show. Great stuff.
I have something to ask you.
Oh, please.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
No, are you ready though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you ready? I said, are you ready? event. For the thousands in attendance, for the millions watching around the world. Let's get ready to suck it! And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for ya!
Oh, DX.
Yeah. We couldn't do it alone. We had to bring the backup. Because Michael Buffer is just not good enough. We need Triple H and Shawn Michaels to tell you, let's get ready to suck it. Because these movies are going to suck it real hard.
Yeah.
Okay, so 20 films. And the way we pair them off usually is either they have something to do with each other, similar plots,
Same franchise.
yeah, something of that nature, same genre, whatever. We have 10 of them lined up, and we're going to reveal them as we go. Normally we'll be like, here's all the shit. But we think it's going to be a nice surprise if we just let you hear it as we do this, because we're going to debate this out in real time. You know. So,
VJ Emmy's on the microphone.
what's up first, man?
I'm looking at number 1, honestly. Too Fast, Too Furious versus Tokyo Drift. The only reason why I'm saying this because I can care less about this series at all. I don't care for the first one because I'm not a race car, street drifter, mental person. I don't care. I don't care if it has fucking Paul Walker or Vin Diesel, even though he's Groot and he's awesome. I could care less who wins on this one.
I mean, same. And I think for a lot of people out there that do enjoy this franchise, like, I like some of them in this, and these are the 2 that I just did not like. Now, the second one, Too Fast, Too Furious, and well, technically the third one too, but the loss of Vin Diesel in the second one really, like, just kind of fucked that one. Just 9 ways of Sunday. Let's replace Vin Diesel with Tyrese Gibson. No.
You know, a lot of these films on this whole entire episode have that in common. They just like to replace the most iconic person in the whole fucking franchise. It's like, will this work?
And then,
no.
Yeah, and if you thought Too Fast, Too Furious wasn't terrible enough, let's take the motherfucker to Tokyo, Japan, which I have always had a dream of visiting Tokyo, Japan. But let's not just take it to Tokyo. Let's replace the entire fucking cast with everybody else that was not even in it and call it a spinoff, The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. And the so much, in fact, that they had to take this movie, when they rebooted the franchise and got it back on track, they had to retcon this story to come after Fast and Furious 6. What the actual fuck? Because Vin Diesel makes a cameo at the ass end of the third one, when he realized, maybe I should go back to what made me.
Yeah.
Between the 2 of these, and again, I don't really give a flying fuck who wins out of these either, but I'm gonna push it for Too Fast, Too Furious to go, because that movie has been memed several times over with, like, you know what I mean? Like, the title has been memed like a million times over.
I mean, I was going to say Tokyo Drift because it's a slap in the face to Japanese culture.
Okay, well then fuck it, let's do that.
Yeah. And I know that there are people in Japan that street race and drift. I get that, but still, no.
They kind of fucked the culture on this one. Because let's just talk about the fact that Initial D is how you do it.
Yeah.
Next, because I'm done with that shit. Let's do the Crow Salvation versus the Crow Wicked Prayer.
Okay. First of all, Wicked Prayer. Why the hell does every bad film have Tara Reid in it?
Dude,
she does not act. She does not differentiate her character from role to role. She's just this bimbo bitch in every fucking film she touches.
You've seen her in one movie, you've seen her in all of them.
And I have the same problem with someone else in this list, but I'm going to continue anyway with this film.
Yep.
And I'm not saying this in a negative way, but Danny Trejo's in this. I'm like, why you're such a great person. Why would you associate yourself with this crap turd? I don't know. But I'm watching I watched the trailer. I watched like snippets of the film and stuff like that. I honestly felt like if I was 11 years old and I had my old Windows 95 computer in a basement somewhere, this is how I would make a film.
Yeah, and dude, it's not just that. It's the fact that every sequel has replaced the Crow being with somebody different. Now, granted, the first one was really good. The second one was so-so. Like, to me, the second one was passable. You know? The one they based the shitty video game off of that we did on the last Flop 10.
I know. Trust me.
Exactly. City of Angels or Shitty of Anal. Either way. Salvation... Man, that got. I remember watching that motherfucker. That thing got dumped onto video, like home video. It was a Dimension video release. It was terrible, but can we just move Wicked Prayer into the fucking final 10 because that pile of garbage there.
I already told you why I hate this film. Is not just because Tara Reid, but it's just the way that they edit this film. It feels like a high school project. It feels like some kid was just given $100 to just slap this together, and it's like, yeah, this is fine.
AKA how they paid Eddie Furlong for this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're being honest, that's the impression I got.
If you actually watch him perform, it's like he doesn't know what he's doing there.
And that's the fucked up part too, man, because for like everything that I've seen him in, he's a pretty solid actor. Like he's really good whenever he wants to be, but this was just like, hey, I'm here for the check, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to phone this bitch in, and I'm collecting my motherfucking movie check, and I'm going to Hollywood.
Put the Crow on me. Yeah, I'll walk in this camera.
Cry!
He's going to cry!
He's going to cry. Wicked Prayer moves on.
Yes.
I'm sitting here thinking this might be one of the quickest top 10 or flop 10 episodes we've done.
I mean, we're already 2 in there, so it's like, yeah, we've already unloaded 2 of the bullets, like, real quick.
Let's get to a franchise that has had a few missteps. And that would be the Spider-Man franchise. And I hate that it's on here, but let's be honest, man. Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3 is definitely like a part of this category, and so is The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Me and you have this discussion quite often, and I think it has to revolve around both good and bad on both series.
Yep.
Because pre-Tom Holland, the first series with Sam Raimi's, he did good on a lot of things. You know, Doc Ock, he did good with Peter Parker to a degree. I'm cringing at this thought, but I will give him that. Versus The Amazing Spider-Man, he's a great Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield does well with the humor and the snapbacks and stuff like that. And then there were some notable, characters that we can recall that weren't terrible.
Sure.
However, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3, I will not, and I don't think anybody in the internet world will forget Tobey Maguire dancing on the streets.
Dancing on the streets, singing in that fucking that little lounge club thing, whatever. Like, now dig on this. No, I don't want to dig on anything that you're putting out, man.
Why did Stan Lee, bless his soul, let this happen? Why did he sit there and look at Spider-Man being turned into this, like, try hard?
I don't know, dude, but here's the thing. That movie was just chock full of horrible decisions that Avi Arad forced onto Sam Raimi. And it will forever be that stigma that surrounds that film. Let's go ahead and say, because it's the truth, that Thomas Hayden Church, the guy that played the Sandman, he was like the only fucking guy that actually wanted to do this movie, and you could tell by the way he was acting. This is the only dude in this movie that was there and giving it 100%. It's not the best. And even The Amazing Spider-Man 2, as good as Andrew Garfield was under the Spider-Man mask, I really had a hard time buying into Jamie Foxx's Electro. I had a hard time buying into Harry Osborn becoming the second the Green Goblin, and I had a very hard time with the fact that both of these films jam-packed so much shit into them. They tried so hard.
It was a train wreck, minus the fact that it actually had a train wreck on the second Spider-Man and Raimi side.
Exactly.
But yeah, you're right. They put so much and man, this whole list is just like, wow, they all relate in so many ways because, like he said, these two films cram so much together that you're just so lost and you don't care after a while.
Yeah. So
Because okay.
I was going to say,
and I'm going to be 100% clear about this. I'm only saying that Spider-Man 3 should be on this because I fucking hate Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man.
okay. And I was going to say that too, but I was also going to pose the question of like, before we chose, because it was like, before I heard your decision, it was going to be like, do we put it in there for the sheer fact that Tobey Maguire just kind of shit the bed at the ass into this? Or do we put this Amazing Spider-Man 2 on because it was essentially just a giant Sony ad throughout the whole fucking movie?
I mean, there was so much wrong with Spider-Man 3 versus how much wrong Amazing Spider-Man 2 was, to be honest with you.
Yep.
Granted, they were terrible. Like you said, Electro, just nope.
They ruined Venom. Fuck Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
That one goes on.
Yeah.
Let's visit a comedy franchise. As if we hadn't already visited 3 of them.
And laughable, not in the good way.
No. And we're talking about Dumb and Dumberer When Harry Met Lloyd. Now, I realize this is a prequel, but they set it up as a sequel when it did come out. I mean, we're calling it what it is. And Son of the Mask.
I'm just going to say it. They shouldn't have done Son of the Mask at all.
Fuck no. They never should have touched that franchise without Jim Carrey, or they should have rebooted it altogether and did it justice how the fucking comic was.
I mean, that can go both ways because none of these films benefited being that it was Jim Carreyless.
Yeah, exactly. But I will give the dude that, and I feel like shit because I can't remember his name right off the bat. But the guy that played Lloyd Christmas in this did a pretty solid job of being a younger version of him. And the movie just went for that kind of gross out shit humor, you know? The Son of the Mask was just fucking horrendous. And it ruined Jamie Kennedy's career.
Yeah.
Hardcore.
I mean, I just can't imagine. Why would you put a Loki mask on a baby?
Yeah. I think this is going to be a quick one. Son of the Mask.
Yeah. Like, I don't even want to talk about that film because it's just, there was no fucking point.
Desecration at its finest.
You know, you did so fantastic with the first film, it should have been left alone. I don't care if you need to elaborate more on the comic series. It was fine the way it was before.
And they didn't even do that.
No.
They fucked it right in its ass. All right. Let's move on to some horror, okay? Halloween Resurrection versus Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Or as I'm sure myself, you, and everybody out there listening would like to call this, Jason takes a 75-minute boat ride to Manhattan and spends about 10 minutes there.
You know, he really hates water.
Yeah, of course.
He's, like you said, he's on a yacht pretty much 80-90% of the film. Just, he wants to go to Manhattan. You know, he needs a fucking vacation from Crystal Lake.
He does, man. And the whole time he's riding there, he's singing, "I'm on a boat, motherfucker."
Except he's just standing on the boat. He's not even saying anything.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's just breathing it.
But in reality, if you really want to sit there and look at it, he probably had this traumatized experience with a pet rat before he got killed off. And now he's going to Manhattan to pretty much kill all these rats.
All the sewer rats.
And all of these people are getting in his way. Every single person on that yacht. It's like, no, you can't kill these rats.
No, you can't. He's like, and y'all are giving me too many obstacles. I gotta kill the bitch with the fucking guitar. I gotta kill this motherfuckers in this little dance club that's on this boat. And not to mention, the one thing I want to point out about this fucking movie, how the fuck did that boat get out of Camp Crystal Lake? It is a lake. Where in the fuck did it connect to a major fucking ocean like the Atlantic to get to fucking Manhattan?
We don't have an explanation.
I don't either. But aside from that, going to Halloween Resurrection, who the hell thought it was a good idea to put Busta fucking Rhymes in this piece of shit? Who the hell thought it was a good idea to make this piece of shit? And why would you fucking kill Jamie Lee Curtis off?
I mean, not only that, they made it into this like 90s reality TV show. like Big Brother-ish, but it's in the Michael Myers house. Let's just record everybody surviving in the house.
Do these films qualify into that so bad it's good category, though? I mean, goddamn, I don't think they do. I think these are just laughably bad.
No, because Busta Rhymes doing kung fu is like, no.
He's sitting there singing, "Put my hands where your eyes can see," and he's like fucking doing that, chopping in people's faces and shit.
No. Just no. Okay, you need to hang up your dreads and go away.
I think he did, actually. I think he cut him off.
He should have cut him off a long time ago.
Yeah, he did it. He did it right eventually, but they fucked this franchise up, and honestly, they fucked up the Friday the 13th franchise as well. Both of these movies.
But in reality, I mean, they fucked up Friday the 13th a lot more with this one.
These are both I just realized, man, these are both the 8th entry in each of these franchises.
They're not lucky number 7.
No, they're not.
They're just terrible 8 or hateful 8.
Yeah, exactly. And okay, so I will say that the Friday the 13th 2009 was miles better than some of the shit that we got in this franchise.
Yep.
Halloween Resurrection, and now both of these have like hit or miss with each franchise, honestly, but I really feel like there were a little more like misses on Friday the 13th, but that does not forgive the fact that Halloween Resurrection had Busta Rhymes in it and that it just was fucking terrible.
However, Friday the 13th had 2 memorable parts to me,
and this is why it's not going forward.
Number 1, the rooftop scene.
He punches that fucker's head clean off.
You can definitely tell it's a styrofoam head being knocked into a dumpster.
I don't give a shit. That is one of the greatest cinematic pieces of anything ever.
The only thing that they missed was having the Spanish soccer commentary just in the background. Just, goal!
It's a really quiet stadium, but you guys get the point. It needed to be applauded on that screen at that moment.
But the second scene, which we didn't discuss prior to this, there was a point where Jason was killing somebody in a toxic barrel. And the angle that was shot looked like he was deep thrusting into this dude's rectum.
He was totally fucking him into the barrel.
He was just like shaking while he was holding his fucker down. And if you people know this position, like you literally hold your partner's legs up like almost your feet to the head, and it's like you're just going in full throttle. That's pretty much what it looked like. Jason was going XXX in this one.
Yeah. All right, so I think that settles it. Halloween Resurrection moves the fuck on.
Unfortunately, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Better luck next time, Jason.
Oh, we'll kill your rats.
Cody, let's go visit two films that kind of screwed up one of our favorite things. Let's talk about Alien 3 and Alien vs. Predator Requiem. I think I'm going to let you take the reins on Requiem. But I just got to say, Alien 3 should have been better than it was, but the movie got its legs cut out from underneath it. And I mean, they even brought Sigourney Weaver back. I don't know, that movie just did not, to me, it didn't hold up to Alien or Aliens. I mean, no. Ridley Scott has a goddamn classic with Alien. And then as much as we shit talk James Cameron, Aliens is one of the best fucking sci-fi horror films that has ever existed.
You heard right, horror.
Yeah, we will fucking die on that hill, goddammit. It is a horror film, and I don't give a shit. He doesn't give a shit. We don't give a shit. It's fucking horror.
So shut your fucking face.
Uncle fucker.
But no, AVP Requiem.
Ugh.
First of all, how can you even watch that film? You can't see anything half the time.
Yeah. And why wouldn't you want to show off those badass fucking set pieces in the Alien and Predator costumes?
Especially when the main plot is they had a sex child.
The Predalien.
The Predalien. Creative name.
Yeah.
But no, this Predalien lands on Earth, of all places to land, and terrorizes a town full of dim-witted teenagers and a half-decent cop.
Did we watch a slasher? Did we just watch a slasher film?
Apparently we did, because heaven forbid, Aliens franchise is a horror franchise too. Oh my God, look now. It's in a slasher flick.
Let's drop some stupid teens in and put it in a small town and make it like basically what, Freddy versus Jason at this point?
Oh my God. I suddenly see it. Okay, whatever.
The fucked up part, dude, is that I remember when this came out, and it was like December. The year it came out was in December, dude.
Mm-hmm.
This was not a good Christmas present.
No.
This is like the shit that you re-gift to somebody's birthday or like next Christmas, or you're like, hey, did you save the gift receipt? Because I would love to exchange this for something I really want.
This is my perception of AVP Requiem. They want to make sure that the stars of the film got all of the attention, all of the limelight, so they didn't put any effort and budget into making the other actors actually believable or giving a shit about.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, anybody outside of the main three creatures is just fodder. Is just ammunition for Gorefest.
Oh, absolutely.
Point blank, because I cannot give two flying fucks about any of these people walking into the scenario where, oh, look, these creatures came from space to land on our planet. What are we going to do? We're going to fight back. How the fuck are you going to do that?
Yeah. And at least with the first AVP, it knew what the fuck it was, and it was not the best, but it was pretty solid film compared to this one.
I mean, it was a nice introduction to say, okay, we can do this. We can try and meld the two franchises together into one, fuck fest, basically.
It really was a fuck fest.
But they did nothing right with the second one. Like, they didn't even look at their failures of the first one. It was like, we should improve upon that, about this and that. No, there's like, well, let's just fuck it up even more.
Yeah, and not just that. Let's cut the fucking budget down by $20 million.
Because they want to make more money.
That's because that's what studios want. They just want to make more money. And they don't give a fuck about the actual material that's in this movie or anything.
But no, I think they cut the budget because they knew this movie was going to suck anyway. So they're trying to spend as little money as possible.
Lessen the blow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame them for that. But at the same time, again, it's... I think we do have a clear winner here also, because at least with Alien 3, you got Sigourney Weaver.
And she's the redeeming factor.
Exactly. So AVP Requiem moves on to the flop 10 list.
Go on, Ripley.
Go on with your bad self.
Yeah.
Let's get into some something that's going to be like probably a little unexpected from us to you guys, but we're going to talk about it. Let's talk about some musical sequels, okay? Now, both of these sequels were sequels to very beloved films, okay?
One more beloved in our eyes than the other. But
Yeah,
still. I will recognize the other one is a classic.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it is what it is, and it's very influential, and it's yeah.
But it's Grease 2 versus Blues Brothers 2000.
I have a lot to say.
I already pre-mentioned this. Blues Brothers did everything right.
Oh, hell yeah. The first one was a fucking classic.
However, nothing was carried over to the second film.
No, and I mean, I get what they were trying to do with it. It was a tribute to Belushi and some of the other actors that passed on by the time the first one had been made, and all these years later. I mean, and even with the inclusion of John Goodman, who we both fucking love John Goodman, and the man did a great job in the movie. Blues Brothers just the second one did not feel like it was just up to par with the first one. It felt like very forced and just,
it was just a cash grab.
It had no soul.
Yeah. That's the sad part.
Man.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Grease 2.
I am completely biased because I fucking hate the first one. And I know people out there are going to sit there and harp on me. It's like, why do you hate Grease? It's such a classic. I don't do well with romance. I don't do well with love stories. I don't do well with these stupid, cliche, cheesy-ass scenarios where this tough biker dude comes across this bimbo cheerleader or popular chick, and it's like, you know what? I'm going to sing to you, and you're going to fall in love with me.
You know what I think the big takeaway from Grease is, and I'm going to say this, the fact that she had to change for him.
Yeah.
The fact that anybody had to change for the other person. And then he was going to do the same. Like, are you fucking kidding me, man? Like, you can't just be yourself and be with that person?
So again, the moral of that story is not be yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Because no one will care about you unless you're someone different.
And then going on to the sequel.
Wrong!
Yeah, exactly. Going to the sequel was not... And for the people that love Grease, I know there are people that are fans of the second one. I fucking hate the second one. I didn't care for Blues Brothers 2000, but I fucking hate Grease 2.
It's just so hard to watch. Like, putting the musicals aside, like, I don't mind musicals.
Same.
It's just, I can't stomach these things. I can't stomach these half-assed attempts to put a movie in a musical, basically. Like, Grease did it better because it made it have, like, a cohesive story, and it was blending in well with the musical aspect of it. And the actors were great. You know, John Travolta, Olivia Newton-John, I mean, they're icons. They're classics.
Yeah.
But again, that fell through heavily with the second one.
Yeah, and I mean, Michelle Pfeiffer was in the second one, and I mean, decent, but again, it's much like the Blues Brothers 2000, where it just was not up to par. But at the same token, Grease 2 just sucked harder, in my opinion, dude.
Same.
That motherfucker is going on to the flop 10 list. That was quick. We're through 7 of these bitches already.
Yeah, when normally we'd be like halfway through and still talking about the fifth one.
So we've got 3 more, and they are starkly different from one another, okay?
And I think we'll talk more about these 3 like more in depth, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's talk about Superman 4, The Quest for Peace versus Batman and Robin from 1997. And we know what you're thinking. It's Christopher Reeve. Like, it should be good. It's George Clooney. That shouldn't be, a decision. Like I'm just saying, it's fucked up, dude. Like, I loved Christopher Reeve. I did.
And that was my biggest takeaway from this. I know Christopher Reeve is pretty much the most iconic Superman, regardless of, everybody else.
Yeah.
But I am not going to stomach Clooney and Robin.
My whole thing about this is that if you look at Superman and Superman 2, those movies were done in like the late 70s, or at least the 70s, and man, just the graphics, when you say graphics, like the special effects, I'll just say it that. The special effects in
the
those
green
2,
screens.
Yeah. The special effects in those films were really well done. Then you move along to Superman 3. Okay, cool. Move on to Superman 4, and by this time, the Canon Film Group had gotten a hold of it. So after watching a movie like Invasion USA, that this is the same fucking company that made this movie. And it was so fucking horrible, dude. I mean, the graphics, whenever they try to make him fly, everything about it was fucking horrible. And the story was fucking dumb, too.
Yeah, it's like Superman's, like, anti-Superman.
Yeah.
That was controlled by Luthor. Okay. All that dumb shit aside, the only reason why I'm not harping on Superman as much is because I expected this from the fact that it was that 87 era and it was canon.
Mm-hmm.
I expect this. So I can't be too judgmental about it. Even though Christopher Reeve, he is the Superman of everybody's lives, no matter what. But I expect this. I expect this production value. I expect this plot, whatever lack thereof. So I want to harp so heavily on Batman and Robin because, my God.
Yeah, let's talk about why both of you and I already know this one's going on.
But my God. Okay. Like I said, this is just basically Clooney and Robin. You cannot differentiate anything when George Clooney hits the screen.
Yeah, because he sounds the same as Bruce and he sounds the same as Batman.
Let me put it to you perspectively wise. Okay, Keaton and Kilmer at least try to tone their voice to sound more intimidating as Batman. They had some kind of gruff to it, or an aggression behind it, or just some kind of like deep tone to it. They made the attempt to not sound like Bruce Wayne. Clooney just sits there and goes, yeah, I'm Bruce Wayne. And then next scene, well, I'm Batman.
Yeah,
That-
dick.
that-
like the way.
That is literally the worst part of the whole film is the fact that the most iconic character of the whole entire movie is the worst character.
And let's talk about the fact that even in this movie, Schwarzenegger outshined every motherfucker in there because it was that totally campy, so bad it's good performance as far as like Mr. Freeze goes. But dude, everything else, I swear to God, cannot be forgiven. The bat nipples, the fucking suits, the fact that Joel Schumacher made this movie to sell fucking toys, dude.
And even then, I didn't buy any of the toys.
Same.
You know, as much of a contrast with the Victor Freeze character that Schwarzenegger put on, you know, like you said, he made it funny. He made it like, okay, he's actually a pretty crazy character. And I know that's not Victor Freeze's character because he's very stoic. He's very, you know, just cold. No pun intended. He's very cold-hearted. He's very just to the point. I'm going to kill you because you're getting in my way of my research. Schwarzenegger just, I'm going to freeze, man. I'm going to freeze Gotham.
Netflix and chill.
Yeah. Hey, Batman, freeze.
What?
Freeze. That's why he has the bat nipples because they're so cold.
It's so cold that, yeah, exactly. All the suits had, you know, permanent, like, frosty nipples.
But aside from him, Bane was crap.
They made him so dumb. Like, they ruined that character so fucking badly. I mean, the look of him was fantastic.
But they made him a moron.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, the look, he looked great. He sounded like a moron, and they just dumbed him down.
Have they not read the comics and actually seen him do backbreaking shit to Bruce Wayne with the intent of like, I'm going to break you?
The dude is like a fucking jacked up luchador, man. Like, it's just
Like
God.
he has personality, he has flair,
And
has
he's smart.
He has the intent to get what he wants. He knows how to do it. This guy is just fucking steroid ridden like dipshit.
Yep.
And I know I'm gonna get flack for this, so please shut the fuck up. I did not mind Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy.
I did not either.
Because she made her look like the real Poison Ivy. Very seductive, very elaborate, very just like, yes.
She hammed it up on the screen in such a way that it wasn't comparatively to Schwarzenegger. It you know what I mean? Like it was decent. Like I could live with it.
But that's the thing. Uma Thurman's acting compared to Schwarzenegger is like two drastically different people.
Oh!
And then Uma Thurman.
All right. Batman and Robin goes to the flop 10.
Because fuck that film.
And Joel Schumacher, we will never forgive you for this.
I don't forgive him nor Clooney.
Yeah. I mean, Clooney did what he could with the role, and I still blame that on a shit script, but I feel like he was also one of those people that was there to just make the check.
You would think with someone with his acting talent would actually step up and say, you know what, I can't do it like this. That's why I don't like you, Clooney.
Let's move on to Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace versus Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
You know, I fucking hate the first Star Wars, like the Episode 1 Star Wars.
I fucking hate that movie too.
For a multitude of reasons. One, it feels so drastically different.
Yeah, that's a reason it's on this list.
It's so drastically different compared to the original trilogy. It's just lighthearted. It's too, like, jokingly. It's too just... It feels weird watching this movie. Like, even with, like, the intensity of the pod racing and stuff like that, the only redeeming factor of this film was the battle of fates between Darth Maul and Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan.
Yeah, exactly. I loved the portrayals. I love Liam Neeson as Qui-Gon Jinn. I fucking love Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi. And dude,
Ray Parker as...
Darth Maul was so underutilized in this movie, dude.
He is a badass in this.
That's what I mean. Like, his character was underutilized. He is a bad motherfucker. Like, that character should have had so much more.
But what does Star Wars get from Lucas now? They get such Jar Jar Binks. And I still have nightmares and PTSD hearing his voice to this day because I cannot understand why they had to include that character.
Punch him in the face.
Like, so many people make fun of the way he talks, and it's obviously to see why. But he brings no core, no value to this film except for just, humor. And it wasn't even humorous. He was just a bumbling idiot.
It was there for comedy relief.
Again, there was no relief.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was just, oh God, man.
Like, you're supposed to tell the story of this slave kid getting away from its owner to finally finally to achieve his destiny to be, quote, the greatest Force user, the greatest Jedi, or whatever it is, based off of his history. Like, we all knew going into this what this was going to be about.
Oh, yeah.
Based off of how the original 3 happened. But I couldn't take it seriously enough because there was just not enough for me to get engaged mentally to take this shit seriously. Now, on the other hand, Indiana Jones, a tried and true series, like just such a great series.
That is an iconic character if there ever is one.
How many years did it take for them after Last Crusade to make this film?
20-something. Like a fuckload of years, dude. And, Harrison Ford still got it. He played it great. And the thing that pissed me off the most about this fucking movie is that it should have worked. The movie had all the things in the right places and they fucking ruined it with the whole alien subplot and this motherfucker. Do it!
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf he's not... Anything outside of the meme, he's not good.
Do not pass a franchise to this fuckwit.
No.
Because other than that, dude, the movie had some great set pieces. It had a pretty good plot to it, but the whole reveal of everything was just
underwhelming.
Yeah, dude. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like, so do we take a movie that, I would go ahead and say half the movie was pretty decent, and then the other half was kind of a shit show, or do we take the movie that had everything going for it, and then when you see it, it itself is an entire fucking pile of shit? Like, which of these two do you fucking pick?
As much as I hate what all has happened in Indiana Jones, I still I have this, like, deep recess in my mind about Star Wars.
Phantom Menace goes on.
Because George Lucas he just didn't give a shit
He
anymore.
phoned it the fuck in for those prequels, dude. Like,
and I actually like Episode 2 because of
I
the
do
Clone
too.
Wars.
I liked Episode 2 and some of 3. Like, Episode 2, as far as those 3 go, that was the fucking best one to me.
But everybody who says that Episode 1 was good compared to some of the other films in the franchise, no, y'all really need to reanalyze yourselves, because this film is just a cash grab for Lucas, because that's all he cared about back in that time.
Hot garbage.
He wanted everybody to shut their damn mouths about bringing Star Wars back. So he's like, here you fucking go. Give me my money. That's why he sold that shit to Disney. He's like, you know what? I'm fucking tired of hearing people tell me what to do with my series.
Fuck it.
It's like, fuck you, Lucas.
House of Mouse. It's like Allstate. You're in good hands. Now,
Finally.
So now we move on to the last matchup, which I've said I have a lot to say about all these movies, but I actually have a fuckload to say about this. Okay, RoboCop 3 versus Terminator Salvation, and again, both of these franchises are just loved. The first RoboCop is a fucking classic. The first 2 Terminator films are fucking classics. You can never take away what James Cameron and Paul Verhoeven did for these movies.
I absolutely agree.
RoboCop was the perfect matchup of over-the-top violence and just satire to no end. It was a satire on our society. It was a satire on consumerism. It was a satire on the way that police corruption was handled. Hell, it just... You cannot tell me that movie's not good. The second one, sure. It had its shit moments, but great film overall. It was a good solid sequel. RoboCop 3, no fucking Peter Weller. They replaced him with Robert John Burke. They made it a PG-13 film because they wanted to appeal to family. You don't take children to see fucking RoboCop, dude. RoboCop is an ultra-violent character in terms of the way he dishes out justice and in terms of the way the criminal underworld is. This movie had a shitty subplot about OCP trying to get people out of this fucking city so they could build a new one. And then we get fucking Japanese cyborgs with fucking swords and just jetpacks and dumb shit. Like, fuck this movie, man. Fuck this movie hard. Terminator Salvation. Let's fucking do the John Connor thing with a second replacement actor with Christian Bale. And as much as I like Christian Bale, fuck this movie too. Because it was also a very watered down PG-13 film. Like, fuck it.
I feel so just confused about Salvation. I felt like they had no idea what they were doing through the whole entire film.
Nope, they sure didn't.
Because think about it for a second. You have the mechanized threat that is supposed to be hunting down every single human being in existence. But yet, they're not hardly doing any of that shit.
Nope.
They are barely finding any humans for some reason, even though they make it known so damn much that they're there.
Sorry.
Like that. They make explosions. They drive vehicles all over the place. They set fires at campsites. How the fuck do these machines that are supposed to be so intelligent that they can hunt down the human being, the human concept, just suddenly, I can't find anything. So in a way, you tone down the robot threat so much that you make sure the humans win, which we obviously know the humans are going to win in a way, but you make it so that everything that they do, even as stupid and idiotic that it is, it still works.
Yeah.
So how am I supposed to take the machine seriously? Like, okay, that massive motherfucker that grabbed through the buildings, okay, how the fuck did you not hear that come crawling through the damn city?
Right? Like, you would
That thing
think,
is like 60 feet tall.
You would think.
He's just like, oh, hi. You don't hear like thumping footsteps. You don't feel the ground vibrate and tremor with fucking fear. No, you don't even hear mechanized wirings and gears motions. No, you don't notice anything. You just see a hand coming out of the building, grabbing people and crushing them.
Let's not forget the fact that they fucking shoehorned Schwarzenegger into this by way of mapping his face digitally over a fucking body double. Because
Again,
they could not make a fucking Terminator film without the guy. They could not fucking have the balls to take the risk to make a fucking kick-ass movie without Schwarzenegger.
Again, movie sequels just have that tendency to just replace the original person with someone else that they think is just as good or superior. And guess what? Either you fuck it up or you try to include that person in there, and it's just like this, not even a half-ass, it's like a quarter-ass attempt. Like, how do you sit there and feel like you're doing fan service by mapping his face onto another person when we clearly know that is not Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
We know that is not doing us any favor at all.
And I'll at least give this to RoboCop 3. There's plot. A shitty plot, but there's plot. They didn't write themselves into a fucking corner. They had a story that started and ended. The guy that replaced Peter Weller was not too terrible. I mean, oh god, dude! Like I swear on everything, Salvation wins out of this one for me to go on, just because I cannot get past the fact that like everything you mentioned, and then everything that was just wrong with this fucking movie.
I mean, how do you take human prisoners hostage in a situation when you're supposed to kill them?
Exactly.
The whole entire plot, the whole entire theories and concepts of what you created as a character is just thrown down the damn drain.
Yeah, what the fuck happened to Skynet being taken over and fucking murdering, eliminating the human race, like
terminating.
yeah, exactly.
there's very little terminating involved with the human side. There's like just random shots of robots just flying around like, I have a conscience now.
Terminator Salvation fucking goes on. I'm tired of this fucking... Fuck this.
Only because RoboCop 3 had robot ninjas, and I know it's a very bad, poor choice on their end, but it was still great.
At least they gave him a fucking, like, cool villain.
Yeah.
You know?
Let's hack these robot ninjas and make them fight each other.
It's not even ninja. What is it? Ninja Warrior. It's not Ninja Warrior. It's Robo Warrior.
Robo Ninja.
Robo Ninja. Okay, guys, you've made it. You have made it through all 10 rounds of these piles of shit, and now we get to rank these fuckers. We get to visit them all over again, but we get to rank them from fucking bottom to top.
Yay.
Cody, out of everything that we have here, Tokyo Drift, Spider-Man 3, Crow Wicked Prayer, AVP Requiem, Son of the Mask, Halloween Resurrection, Batman and Robin, Terminator Salvation, Phantom Menace, and Grease 2. What is the least worst fucking one out of all these?
God damn it. That is so hard. Honestly, I would say Spider-Man 3.
I'm in full agreement there because at least it's tolerable. You know what I mean?
Because the other 9 are just, oh God, I don't even know how.
It's a dumpster fire, man.
Like, it's a dumpster fire with cum and turds.
Look, Michelle, you think your show's garbage? This list is garbage, okay?
You have no idea.
Just saying. Ah. God, just, Number 9, okay? Now, we're going from, like, most tolerable to not tolerable at all. I really, really hate to be this guy, but out of this entire fucking list, I think Tokyo Drift is a little more tolerable than the rest of these motherfuckers, because at least there's something happening.
There's some sustenance, even though I could care less about the topic itself, yes. And you're probably not going to agree with me, but I have reasoning for this. Halloween Resurrection.
Absolutely. No, I fucking 100%
okay,
agree
I was
with
about to say, because the rest of these are just either just pitiful excuses for films, or they're just like enemas in my fucking eyeballs.
Yeah, because at least certain portions of Resurrection were entertaining enough to make fun of, and they're like, oh God, really? They did this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, fuck that movie though. But I mean, fuck all these movies really. But just really like, I'm really interested to see where the fuck we go with the top 5. See, we're on the bottom 5 right now, guys.
Oh my God. God damn.
Dude, honestly, Wicked Prayer. It's not as well. You know what? Hang on.
I would say Phantom Menace then Wicked Prayer, because I can handle Phantom Menace for the sole fact of Ray
Star
Park.
Wars and Ray Park.
Yeah.
So Phantom Menace and then The Crow.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Even though it's a fucking 90s basement film.
Guys, we're in the top 5. So far, Spider-Man 3, then Tokyo Drift, Resurrection, Phantom Menace, and Wicked Prayer. We're now to the top 5, or the flop 5, I should say. So number 5, dude, out of Salvation, I would say either Salvation or AVP Requiem for number 5.
Yeah.
I'll say AVP Requiem for number 5, dude, just because
you had so much time to develop Salvation based off of how many films, and you fucked it up. Versus AVP was just after technically one film.
Yeah, and I mean, they didn't really have to go into the lore, because technically these movies, if I'm not mistaken, they actually take place before, like in the timeline, they take place before the Alien franchise did.
Mm-hmm.
So there. Now we're at the fucking top 3, guys, and we've got Grease 2, we got Batman and Robin and Son of the Mask. Now this is where we were going to have ourselves just a fucking grand old time here.
I've already listed my 3.
I kind of have 2, and I don't know if they're going to be okay. We'll count to 3, and then we'll say our number 3. All right, you ready? 1, 2, 3.
Son of the Mask.
I was going to say Grease 2. That was a close one.
No. Grease 2 is abysmal.
Okay. So let's see. Okay.
We already know what number 1 is.
Oh, man. Oh, God. Okay. Wait, where are we at? Where the fuck are we?
Grease 2 and Batman and Robin.
Okay, let's go ahead and...
There's no countdown. No, there's no introduction.
Okay, so you're saying that Grease 2 goes second and Batman and Robin at number 1.
Yes, because that movie is fucking garbage. You take a beloved character and you just toss in the goddamn like the fucking blender.
the Bat Blender.
Yeah, he has it in his utility belt. It just pops up like a fucking fruit ninja.
You know what's fucking hilarious, dude? Like the three that were listed, like the only fucking difference is Grease and Son of the Mask were flipped for me.
Yeah.
I kind of like, I don't know, man. That was hard for me because I fucking can't stand those two movies at all.
No. But goddamn, man. As much as we griped about the other films, like Clooney and Robin cannot be topped. Because
I mean, in Joel Schumacher's role, maybe they could be, but that's an entirely different kind of top there.
Jesus.
So yeah, dude, you know,
like, I just went like within myself. My dick literally went into my body.
it just like receded.
It's like, you ever have a hard on? No, you have a hard off. Is it? He's like, nope.
All right, guys. Your winner for the third installment of our Flop 10 series is Batman and Robin.
No, it's Clooney and Robin.
Okay, the winner for the third installment of the Flop 10 series is Clooney and Robin. Redux. No. Dude, all right.
Not remastered, disastered.
Yeah, exactly. This should have been the disaster artist. I mean, fucking hell. That's
Disaster farces.
Look, guys, this is the actual shortest Flop 10 we've done, and it's straight to the point. I think mostly because we both know these movies, and I think we kind of already went in like just looking at the list, being like, you know what, fuck all these movies, but extra fuck these movies. You know what I mean? Like extra hard.
We had definite hard time swallowing some of these. Like, just it reams in our bodies. Like, ugh. No.
All right, so 10-1, Spider-Man 3, Tokyo Drift, Halloween Resurrection, Phantom Menace, Wicked Prayer, AVP Requiem, Terminator Salvation, Son of the Ass, Greasy Movie 2, and
Greasy 2. Greasy Poo.
Greasy 2 Electric Poopaloo, and Clooney and Robin Disaster, Remaster, Redux, whatever the fuck it is. It's a piece of shit.
Clooney and Robin, my childhood.
Yeah. They have no clue what the fuck to do with this franchise.
Schumacher's a Dick Grayson in my book.
He's a Dick Grayson. Why the cold shoulder? It's the bane of our existence. We've been poisoned.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, that has been the Flop 10 worst movie sequels. God damn it. You know, my brain hurts, and I'm kind of glad it didn't last an hour and a half like some of our episodes on this shit goes. But oh fucking hell! All right, yeah.
Just predetermined bullshit.
Just the fact that we suffer for you fuckers out there, and you get to listen to us suffer like in real time with you.
You listen to us whine and bitch and moan.
It's okay. You enjoy it. We know you do.
You like watching me just writher and just terror. It's like, ugh.
Just listening to us shrivel like in our seats. You know,
we look like Jason did in Halloween, Friday the 13th. Jason Takes Manhattan. Just that, just gooey, just.
Yeah, that's what we look like. It's bad.
Yeah.
So, all right, moving away from this. Next week we have our 30th. I can't believe it's been 30 already. That means we've watched 60 fucking movies for this already.
62.
Dude. 60. What?
Remember the 4-way?
Yep, that's true. So we've watched. Fuck, dude, that's a lot of movies. We've watched 62 fucking movies so far.
In a year.
Barely. Or a little over. I don't fucking know.
Within a year's worth. Like half a year, if not a little bit longer.
Yeah.
We've watched 62 films for your pleasure.
Yeah.
Rib for your pleasure.
Exactly. So Cult Cinema Showdown 30, okay? Machete with Danny Trejo versus Hobo with a Shotgun with Rutger Hauer. Now, Both of these movies were born out of the Grindhouse movies that Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez did. These were both made as trailers, and then they became movies. Where we're going to fucking stick these motherfuckers head-to-head next week.
Yes.
Can't fucking wait for that shit. These are both really good movies, too. So it's going to be a pretty tough one.
Yeah, this isn't going to be like a shit-on fest like we normally do. This is actually kind of, we like these, we like this, we like that, but which one's better?
Which one is going to entertain us the most is pretty much
Yeah.
what's going to decide that factor. All right. You guys know the fucking drill. Go buy our merchandise at storefrontier.com. The links are in the show notes below for that. Go subscribe to us on YouTube. Guys, you guys are fucking amazing. We have, like, as of right now recording this, like 2.1 thousand hits on our interview we did with Jason Johnson the other day. And that's like
amazeballs.
less than like 3 days or some shit like that. 3-4 days.
Man, y'all really hate Derek Savage.
God, I know, right? So thank y'all for that. Tell a friend, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your dog or your cat or whatever the fuck. Tell somebody about it.
Tell your mole, your, growth on your back. Everybody.
Exactly. Visit patreon.com/supermediabros if you'd like to support the podcast monetarily and get rewarded for it. We have a $2 and a $5 tier. The $2 tier shows your love and support, and the $5 tier gets you extra episodes, which we've got a couple of them coming up in next week or two, and some stickers, buttons, and coasters while they last.
Swag.
But if you are not interested in the extra episodes or anything, and you don't want to give like a lot, or you want to just donate a little bit, and you don't want it to be like tacked on monthly, visit coffee.com. That is ko-fi.com/supermediabros, and you can just buy us a coffee there, or just throw us a tip, get us something to drink while we do this because we get parched.
Flop 10 giving us a tip.
That's it. Flop us the tip
There's my tip.
right there.
Yeah.
Boom. Visit our social media, facebook.com/supermediabros. Tweet at us at twitter.com/supermediabros_. And you already know, instagram.com/supermediabrospodcast. Come look at our stupid pictures.
We see a couple of y'all liking, commenting,
You guys are creeping on there, and it's nice.
especially you, DJ and Beth.
That's right. DJ and Beth always be stalking our photos and just showing the love and dropping them hearts and everything. But we love them too, so
So much.
go check them out. And we mentioned Michelle earlier. Go check out Welcome to My Show. That's a great fucking podcast too. And go check out The Untrained Eye, where DJ and Beth just bring the awesomeness. All three of them bring the awesomeness.
Just comedic gold between the three of them.
Hell yeah. And we love them dearly. Now, we leave you with this.
I was half expecting something hilarious for some reason.
That was hilarious. That was the Flop 10 Worst Movie Sequels, episode 85. For this week, I've been Midnight Agent Raw.
And I've been Okame.
Shades on!
We're off!